Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to another episode of Stellaris. A lot happened last time. We made our first contact with another intelligent species. We've got this whole shrouded world thingamajig going on. Which, incidentally... Oh, I do need to have a science ship sitting there. Alright, well, that's cool and all, but we will come back to that. We've got all of these archaeological yeah. I wanted to say one word, but excavation then started to pop. Oh, geez, they're expanding. I should make it my effort to try and box them in. Or go to war, whichever happens first. I'd honestly rather expand, though, at this point. So, 1, 2.
System survey concluded.
If I at least get this system and this system,
concluded.
it will block them in on this particular angle. Oop. Missed my science there for a second. So yeah, I'll go back and like build on all this later, but first... You know, it does look like we could use more energy credits. And if we can make these things a bit more efficient, that's great. And we need a little bit of civilian industry over here, and also just in time. Alright. Of course, I guess I also really don't need to worry too much about food, do I? Because from what I understand, especially now that, like, all the various growth modifier things have been removed, because apparently that was, like, a big portion of why, there were issues with lag and stuff. I wonder if there's a way to make pops less intensive, because from what I understand, each individual pop has, like, its own calculations that it runs. I don't know if it's like every game day, or maybe, I mean, maybe some of these things could be reduced to being, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to think to myself here, because performance has been like a long time issue in Stellaris, and I'm not gonna pretend, even for a second, that I could make a better system, because I almost certainly couldn't. But, I'm thinking to myself here, if the issue is that there's like a lot of processes that have to be done with each pop making decisions and stuff, like figuring out, hey, should I migrate? Hey, should I like take this job or that job or whatever? Would it be possible to like abstract the system and just make it so that the population of the entire planet is just one entity? I mean, that would then probably mess things up, because then you have to like do probably other weird calculations, like, okay, well, you know, this species has strong, so it gets more minerals, but this species has, like, natural physicists, so, you know, that's another bonus there, and if the whole population of the planet is just one entity, how do you then apply those bonuses? Is it, like, some kind of fraction of the population? That's the interesting thing, I think, about programming and, like, designing complex systems, is that, you know, sometimes things, they seem like there should be like a really simple answer, like just a really basic solution. But then, you know, the more you think about it, the more you realize, hey, you know, maybe it's a little bit more complicated than it initially seemed. But that does make things interesting. You know, trying to figure that stuff out. Frankly, we're at a point in the game where worrying about performance isn't a terribly big deal, but, you know, that's just something that popped into my head, and I figured I'd go off on a little tangent, just because. Also, looks like a nice gap between, or choke point between arms of the galaxy, so might want to make sure I expand over this way. There's so many directions I want to expand in. Like, for all I know, there's someone who's expanding right up this way. That could be problematic. As long as we don't get boxed in. But that's also why I have the lowered hyperlane density, because I like, you know, dealing with that, like, potential for getting boxed in. Anyway, we've got, Primitive, the Raxicodium. They're a Bronze Age civilization on Fulia 1. Totally gonna want to do something with that. Oh, okay, it actually looks like they are gonna have... Oh, and there's an archaeological site. Damn. It also looks like they've got me cut off from expanding any further in this direction. So this leads me to think to myself that if I want to do something against these guys, I'm probably going to want to, one, I'll have to save up a bunch of influence so we can, you know, claim all these systems. And two, we're going to have to really do like a tech rush, or at least a military tech rush, so that we can be strong enough to actually, you know, fight these guys. Anyway, we've also discovered volatile motes in the system over here, which again, we can't take advantage of yet, but it's nice to know they exist. Speaking of these strategic resources, it occurs to me...
completed.
There's some kind of... there's an achievement for having 10 different strategic resources, which you can't get anymore, and apparently it's supposed to be automatically unlocked. But, alas, I find, for me, it does not get automatically unlocked. Though I guess if I really feel the need to have access to said achievement, all I really need to do is just,
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Just need to roll back to an earlier version of the game. But, you know, it's not a terribly important thing right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, this is probably good. But again, maybe I should focus on... Yeah.
System survey concluded.
Can I spy on them even a little bit? The answer is no. I don't have the reach to see over there. I'm kind of curious. Also, never interesting thing I feel it's worth noting, I don't actually understand how this patrol thing works. Because I've tried using it before, and I figured what I would do is like, okay, say I want to go here, and then I turn on patrol, and then I just make them automatically go back and forth. But I don't think that actually happens. But you know what, let's find out. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. Not that we really need to worry about piracy at this stage of the game. But, having said that, you know, it is something to probably consider. Ooh, an abandoned amusement park. The structures of Azeroth 3 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Fawn Terrace notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Sulivan, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young children to amuse themselves. Alright, there we go. And since we're kinda low on ooh, we've met someone. Apologies for our blighted presence in the universe, Sulivan. We are the Numistic Order, humble merchants serving Numa, the goddess of fortune. Cast out from the heavens for our greed, we have forsaken all earthly possessions. Our fleets travel the divine currents of cosmic energy, wherever the winds of fortune take us, bringing new deals every time we enter your lands. For a moderate donation, the wonders of the universe could be yours. All transactions and credits, please. Alright, we will greet you. Many wondrous things pass through our hands, yet we never line our pockets. It is the sacrifice we make so that the construction of the Tesser Tarville is completed and our children may one day see the Holy Land again. Interesting. You're also some kind of, like, vaguely, possibly spider-like creature, and that does disturb my human brain. But not the Sulivan brain. Show us your wares. Patterns in the energy flow. They are everywhere, yet no one sees. Numa alone can predict the divine ebb and flow of the stock market. For a small donation, we will share some of her wisdom with you. As always, if you need time to consider, we can notify you before we depart your territory, giving you one more chance to accept the goddess's generous offer. Okay, I am not going to be able to afford that anytime soon. But it does give us access to a unique technology, so you know what? I'll keep you in mind. So where are these people? Are they, like, physically represented? They are. Interesting.
System survey concluded.
I could also apparently choose to destroy them. if I so desired. Also, I'm going back to manual control because I don't like the direction our science ship is going in. Yeah, maybe if I get him to go down here and then automate it again, he'll, Or wait, are you a he? Kinda hard to tell. You are different than I am. Oh, actually, you know what? That's a routine, apparently, so let's, give it a look.
Knowledge is the key to the universe. Construction completed.
Alright, probably want a little bit more administrative capacity. Oh, you're going over here. You know what? Let's work on this research project. There's a level 10 anomaly. Oh, the phased planet. Okay. You know what? Let's work on it. And then I'll get you to go back to what you were doing. There we go.
System survey concluded.
Alright, and as for you, let's get all our researchy stuff going. Probably gonna want to get a couple of stations here for our trade. But again, you know, we've got lots of time. I mean, 6 trade value, that's pretty good. Oh wow, look at that. Science ship. Make our way over here. Hopefully this rubricator thing is not gonna horribly murder me. It might horribly murder me, but, you know, we gotta... Ooh. Active scans of Zern 9 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Also, this is a cool picture. Deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant, judging by the nearby debris, there have been several failed attempts to salvage this derelict in the past. Any ship strong enough to withstand such crushing gravity must be a magnificent prize. Science officer Ganak Taisala has proposed a salvage project of our own.
Situation log has been updated.
And you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? If we can get that ship, that might just be an edge we need to face this international They've got 2 archaeological sites. I mean, I've got a bunch of archaeological sites over here, but still, I want them. I want them all. Maybe I should be playing a Ferengi-based system. Greed is eternal, after all. Anyway, as the Winds of Fortune entered the orbit of Pifajmog for what should have been a brief courtesy visit today, a spontaneous outbreak of goodwill turned into a combination of open-air market and party. Many bonds between Sulivan and Bakata were forged, and much trading took place. Wow, that's actually really valuable at this stage of the game. Alright, let's get this project. This science vessel can raise them. My god, the music in Stellaris. It's truly, truly beautiful, isn't it? This is good. This is very, very good indeed. Also, I should probably rush up here to get these guys. Is the archaeological site...
A new world has been colonized.
Alright, it is on a different planet. Wasn't quite sure. Ooh, and it's got something... Abandoned primitive homes. Oh, right. Oh, a missed opportunity to invest. My friend, this is the most expensive mistake you will ever make. Are you certain you can afford to pass up on our offer? This is your last chance before we depart your territory. I'm sorry, my friend. We don't have the money. Also, an election is coming up. Oh, geez, you have, like, almost no support. But you're so good. So you're the most likely person. Oh yeah, I kind of... The Alien Friendship Watch. What can I do? Indirect Xenology. Recent Enlightenment. Federated. Okay, so what is this? Legislating a passive study will please the Alien Friendship Watch. Okay. These guys have the most approval, because we just do everything they want, apparently. Anti-autocratic, free movement, reproductive freedoms, anti-stratification. Okay. Science without borders. Research treaties with at least 3 other empires, or being in a research cooperative. Okay. Well, at least it's only a 0% chance for not meeting it. Same with this. Actually, I could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone if we had a research cooperative federation. Alright, so passive study only. Well, let's take a look at that. I think that means I can't raise people up. Which, that's very prime directive, isn't it? Let's see. No slavery, no purge, no population controls, all refugees, workers, wealth creation. I like it. Ah. Interesting. Peaceful, prohibited, allowed. Ah, here we go. Passive. Observation stations are limited to passive study, cannot invade. Yeah, that makes sense. And it'll make the other faction happier, so they'll give us more influence. I think.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright. Bon Taras. Wait, weren't you the first person to get a brain slug attached to you?
The special project has concluded.
Ah, jeez. It was a failure. The gas giant's heavy gravity disabled the engines of one of our engineering tugs, which then collided with the derelict. Several lives were lost, and the ancient vessel was pushed even deeper. I wish that was something that you could then revisit later. I wonder what affects that. Maybe I'll look it up later to see if there's anything I can, turn to my advantage. Oh yeah, and look, see? We didn't actually do anything, so I don't really understand what the point of patrol is if it doesn't set like as an automated looping system. Which is something I noticed when I was doing an off-camera game. Trying to go back and forth and deal with piracy early game before you have like gates and everything to help mitigate long travel between systems and whatnot. It's just, you end up in this really irritating situation where you have to like manually do some of these things. That kind of sucks. Let's see. I think I'll put our genius over here. Let's do a little swapperoo. Didn't quite swap the way I was hoping, but oh, you've got a brain slug too. Everybody's got a brain slug. Anyway. Yeah. But overall, I honestly...
Anomalous readings registered.
I really do like Stellaris. Flaws and all.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Yes, it is. Alright, a little bit more of that. Oh, yes, faster hyperdrives. If we can get around faster, that is definitely what we want. Oh, we don't have enough housing. Or enough amenities either, so that's a bit of a problem. Now you want to clicked off the planet. Actually, wait. Clerks build amenities, don't they? Yeah. I like having city worlds, truth be told. I find they work nicely. Also, I can probably close these. The fumes lie thick. Gives access to improved energy initiative and adds fallen robotic society. The planet Kongath 4 is a toxic wasteland, but our scans unveil that it has not always been so. A now extinct civilization seems to have destroyed its home planet via a heavy reliance on climate-altering fuels and toxins. On a remote hill close to a major city, we have found a lone active facility. A robot assembly plant desolated and surrounded by military vehicles, so deteriorated they break upon touch. The facility is alien and mysterious, but could provide us with ample study material. That is a lot of study material. What I really need, though, is more space to put down more research labs. I need more science, damn it! Ah, boy.
We have detected an anomaly.
Hold on a second here. I mean, we're equivalent in these. The overwhelming. And they just keep expanding this way. Makes me sad. Actually, you know what? It also occurs to me. I could use the experimental space drives, perhaps, to jump, like, over here, maybe. Jump around them. And I am kind of tempted to do that. I'm actually, you know what? If I want to get an advantage over the competition, you know what? I should just build another science ship and start working on all these thing-a-majigs. You know what they are.
System survey concluded.
Also trying to think to myself.
System survey concluded.
This is the better choke point. I don't really want to build... But then again, I guess this opens up here and here. If I'm going to put a starbase in any system, it's probably going to be this one. Don't know if I'm actually going to put a or a fortressy thing, but I might. Hadar free. Unusual readings. There may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. I like the sound of that. Yeah, I really do want to have more science. Man, we've got a lot of scientists, don't we? Alright, let's excavate this site. Keep the story moving. Since I've kind of let it fall to the wayside a little, haven't I, of late? Also got to expand this way to secure...
completed.
Okay, Mizar has completed its queue. Alright, so let's see. I don't think, at this point... Yeah. Actually, if I have just one trade hub, because then that'll go here, and we've got reach here. So I'm pretty sure that means trade will then flow this way. Oh, actually, apparently trade does flow this way anyway. But we'll also capture this, and if I take this system, that's another 6 trade, which is energy, basically. Of course, I would need more trade hubs. Yeah, I think I'm going to build 2 trade hubs, and then... Oh, I don't have an off-world thing yet. But yeah, because that way we can kind of reach farther and get more trade, and that may prove beneficial to us. I think it will. Let's see. Nestled in sheltered pockets across Hadar-Free's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Hadar-Free has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which could make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this presents a unique opportunity for study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Hadar-Free, if at all. Does that make it a terraforming candidate by any chance? No. Oh, it didn't even add, like, a permanent modifier to it. Or did it? No. At least nothing visible.
System survey
Cool.
concluded.
A never primitive civilization? Wow. We're actually getting kind of lucky here. We'll be the precursors. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Alphard-Free in the Alphard system. They have entered the early steam age, and there is clear evidence that they are beginning to make use of both vehicles and early factories powered by steam engines. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order to choke this off from anyone else. Oh, I'd actually almost forgotten about that. I need more Unity development, I reckon. Yeah, our Empire Sprawl is contributing to this. I thought Pops contributed to this as well. Apparently not. It's all about that sprawl. The more research alternatives and higher levels for our scientists. I do like that. Research stations, but then again, this is an early way to get more science. 44, 45, 33. How much did that really change things for us? Not too much. Maybe the higher cap would have been the better play. But you know,
System survey concluded.
You gotta take risks sometimes. I really hope this isn't gonna have like a bunch of enemy systems hiding here. It did not. It just opened up a new, and it's got a relic world. Interesting. The city once stretched across this entire world. Only ancient and abandoned ruins remain now. Their original inhabitants long since departed. Alright. I think ancient relics is what added this. At the coordinates for the Rubricator's last known location, we have discovered a habitable planet with what we believe may be some form of settlement covering a large portion of its surface. The settlement consists of tall, pile-like towers, visible all the way from space. Our archaeologists are eager to excavate it in search of the Rubricator. Alright. Well. Yeah, we'll start by surveying and then we'll have to make a rush for it, I guess. And you know what? Probably time to wrap this episode up, so we're in a good position to take a break. Until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see all you in the next video.